All right, everyone. So for today's lesson, we're going to be talking about using a scale drawing to find the actual area. So I do have an example right here. So it states here that a scale drawing for a backyard is shown below. In the drawing, 2 centimeters represents 5 meters. All right. So all of these are in measures of centimeters. And it says right there that 2 centimeters represents 5 meters. Now, assuming that the patio is rectangular, find the area of the real patio. So right here, we only got illustration. And the purpose of this lesson is for you guys to determine the actual area of a drawing, all right? So let's go ahead and start solving this problem right here. First off, what is the formula for finding the area? Area is actually length times the width. So let me just go ahead and write that down here. A is equal to the length times the width. All right, I just put them initials as area, length, and width. Now, to solve for this, we first need to write down the ratio that is 2 centimeters represents 5 meters. So I do got those from these two numbers or measurements. Now, we are going to find the value of each length and width because the only measure that we got so far is measurement in centimeters. So let's go ahead and find out what is the actual value of our length. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I'm going to put the length on the right side or rather left side. And I'm going to write down the ratio of 2 centimeters is equal to 5 meters. All right. So it's going to be writing down the units right here. All right. Now, lengthwise, if this is rectangular, that means that we should have 6 centimeters here if we're going to be lining up to this ratio right here. Now, do we already have the value of the actual length of this structure in real life? No, we don't have it yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to write down length as the denominator of 6. What to do next is we're going to cross multiply. We'll be multiplying 2 times L, and we're going to multiply 5 by 6. So if I bring them down here, we're going to have 2 times L is 2L. All right. And that will be 5 times 6. That is 30. 30. Now we're going to do one-step equation here. We're in at the end of your equation, you should only have your variable on the left side. So we're going to isolate that by means of undoing the operation. So you know that we have just multiplied 2 to L. So in order for us to isolate the variable, we are going to divide both sides by 2 because 2 is sitting next to L. So I'm going to be using that same number to divide the equations on both sides. If I do that, this cancels out one another. So you will only be left with your variable L, and 30 divided by 2 is 50. So we already got the value of our length. Now, what we're going to do next is solve for the value of our width. So let me go ahead and make a separate line right here. So we can go ahead and find the value of the width. We're going to be using the same ratio, that is 2 centimeters is equal to 5 meters. That's actually on those problem that was shown earlier. And you can actually see that from the left. So width-wise, we already know the length that is 6. So we're going to be using the other side of the patio, which is 4. So I'm going to be writing down 4. And since we don't have the actual size of width in real life, we're just going to put the initials W on this side. Next thing to do, cross multiply. So I'll be multiplying 2 to W and 5 to 4. So I'm going to have 2W, since 2 times W is a W, is equal to 5 times 4 is a 20. So we're going to do the same thing. All right, whatever I do here on the left to solve for the length is the same thing that I'm going to do for solving for the width. So I'm going to use division to isolate the variable W. So that means divided by 2, divided by 2. And if I do that, these two cancels out. You're going to be left with W is equal to 20 divided by 2 is a 10. So now that we got both the length and the width, all right, and these right here are in measurement of meters, we can now solve for the formula A is equal to L times W. So we already know the value of our length. So we got A is equal to, so we got 15 right here. So I'll write down 15. Multiply by the value of our width is 10. So I'm going to write down 10 right here. So 15 times 10, and you'll get 150. So since both of them are in meters and they are both in different units, that means this is 150 square meters. So that's technically how we will answer or simplify these problem right here. And you're going to be encountering problems like this in your activity. You already know what to do with these steps, and I hope it will help you out. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to end this video right here. Thank you, and well, do your best on your activity.